Have you ever felt like the world was against you from the very start? Like every step you took, there was an invisible weight pulling you back, whispers questioning your worth, and forces seemingly determined to dim your light. If this resonates with you, know this. It's not your imagination, and it's not your fault. It's because you were chosen. You carry a light so radiant, so powerful, that it disturbs the very fabric of the shadows around you. Let's be real. Your life has never been ordinary. From the moment you were born, you've felt it. The way people treat you, the opportunities that slip away, the relentless challenges. It's as if the universe has singled you out. But what if I told you that all of this was never a punishment? What if I told you that every attack, every hardship, was a sign of something extraordinary? What if the very obstacles that seem designed to break you are proof of the unstoppable force you are destined to become? You see, the brighter your light shines, the more it reveals. It exposes truths, uncovers lies, and challenges the comfort zones of those around you. And not everyone can handle that. Your presence alone makes some uneasy, even angry. It's not because you're flawed, but because you're different in ways they can't comprehend. This is your reality. You are a beacon in a world often afraid of light. Your journey has been anything but easy, but it's been purposeful. And today, we're going to uncover why you've been under attack for so long, and why it proves you're destined for greatness. Stay with me, because this isn't just a story about survival. It's a revelation about your power, your purpose, and your unstoppable light. By the end of this, you'll see your life through a new lens, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a chosen one, destined to rise above and lead the way. From birth, you were different. From the moment you entered this world, your presence was undeniable. It wasn't in the way you cried or smiled, but in the energy you carried, an energy so distinct it made others take notice. Even as a child, people didn't just see you, they felt you. Without understanding why, they sensed something extraordinary in you, something they couldn't quite explain. You may have noticed how you stood out. While other children blended into the world around them, you often felt like an observer, questioning everything, seeing through facades that others accepted. Your curiosity and insight made you different, and because of that, you were misunderstood. People didn't always know how to handle the light you carried. Think back. Were you ever told you were too much or too sensitive? Those reactions weren't about your flaws. They were about the way your presence disrupted the comfort zones of others. Even as a child, your light challenged the status quo, forcing people to confront truths they wanted to ignore. But here's the truth they never told you. The resistance you faced was never about you personally. It was about the power you carried. Your light made people uneasy, not because of what you did, but because of what you represented: truth, change, and potential. From the very beginning, you weren't meant to blend in. You were born to stand out, to illuminate the world in ways only you can. So, if life felt heavier, harder, or lonelier, know this: it's because you were never ordinary. You've always been different, and that difference is your gift. Your light challenges their darkness. Have you ever noticed how your presence alone can make people uneasy, even when you've done nothing wrong? That's because your light doesn't just shine, it reveals. It exposes truths others would rather keep hidden, forcing them to confront parts of themselves they've avoided. For those who live in the comfort of illusions, your light is disruptive. It's not your actions that provoke them, but the energy you carry. Your authenticity highlights their insecurities, your courage amplifies their fears, and your strength makes their weaknesses impossible to ignore. It's easier for them to attack or avoid you than to face the reflection your light creates. But their discomfort is not your burden to carry. Their reactions are a testament to the power of your presence. The truth is, the brighter your light, the more shadows it casts. Don't dim yourself to make others comfortable. Their fear isn't about you. It's about what you represent: change, truth, and the courage to live authentically. Keep shining, because your light is meant to inspire, not conform. The shadows may fear you, but they can never extinguish you. They fear what you're capable of. Even before you understood your own potential, others sensed it. From a young age, people looked at you and saw something they couldn't explain: an energy, a spark, a force of nature waiting to be unleashed. It made them uneasy, not because of what you had done, but because of what you might do. People have an instinctive ability to detect power, even in its dormant state. When they looked at you, they didn't just see a person, they saw the future. They saw someone who could challenge their control, disrupt the norms they relied on, and break free of limitations they had accepted for themselves. And that terrified them. This is why you faced resistance, criticism, and even hostility. They weren't reacting to who you were at that moment. They were reacting to who you were destined to become. Their attempts to tear you down were not about silencing the present you, they were about preventing the rise of the future you. But here's the truth: their fear only confirmed your greatness. The very obstacles they put in your path became proof of your power. They saw the potential in you before you saw it in yourself, and their desperate attempts to suppress you were a sign of just how extraordinary you are. So when you face resistance, don't let it discourage you. Let it remind you that you are destined for something greater. They fear what you're capable of, because deep down, they know you have the power to change everything. And that power? It's already within you, waiting to be unleashed. Keep rising. You reflect their deepest insecurities. Your light has always been more than just a beacon. It's a mirror. When people look at you, they don't just see you, they see themselves. And for many, that reflection is unbearable. Your presence exposes the truths they've worked so hard to bury, their fears, their insecurities, and the lies they've told themselves to feel safe. Think about the times when you were kind, honest, or authentic, yet still met with rejection or hostility. It wasn't about your actions. It was about the way your energy revealed what they didn't want to face. Your strength magnifies their weaknesses. Your courage makes their fears louder. Your authenticity shines a light on the masks they wear. Instead of confronting these truths, they lash out at you. It's easier for them to blame you than to deal with the discomfort you unintentionally cause. Their anger, envy, or rejection isn't a reflection of your flaws. It's a reaction to the light you carry. But here's the key: their struggles are not yours to fix. You are not responsible for their discomfort. Your role is not to shrink or dim your light to make them feel better. Your role is to keep shining, to remain true to who you are, no matter how others respond. Remember, their reactions are about them, not you. Your light is proof of your strength, your authenticity, and your purpose. Keep being that mirror, even if it makes others uncomfortable, because the truth you reflect is exactly what the world needs to see. Your awakening shakes their foundations. The resistance you've faced throughout your life wasn't just about who you were, it was about what you were becoming. Even when you didn't fully understand your own potential, others could sense it. They saw glimpses of the awakened version of you, the force that would challenge everything they've built their lives upon. And that terrified them. Your awakening is not just a personal journey, it's a ripple effect. When your light grows, it inspires others, disrupts stagnation, and dismantles systems built on lies and fear. Those who thrive in control and mediocrity know this instinctively. They understand that your rise is a threat to the structures they rely on, whether those are societal norms, power dynamics, or deeply held illusions. Every obstacle they put in your way, every attempt to tear you down, was not random. It was a calculated effort to stop the future you from emerging. They weren't fighting the person standing in front of them. They were fighting the transformative force you were destined to become. But here's the beauty in their failure. Every challenge only made you stronger. Every time they tried to break you, they unknowingly pushed you closer to your awakening. The very resistance they used to suppress you became the fire that forged you. Now, you're stepping into your power. Your awakening is inevitable, and so are the ripples it will create. Remember, the pushback you've experienced is proof of the profound impact you are destined to have. Let their fear fuel your resolve. Your rise is unstoppable, and the world is waiting for the light only you can bring. You were forged in the fire. Every attack, every hardship, every betrayal, they weren't meant to destroy you. They were designed to strengthen you. From the very beginning, the challenges you faced were part of a divine plan to shape you into something unbreakable. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. Think of steel being forged. It's exposed to intense heat, hammered and reshaped until it becomes something stronger than it ever was before. The same process has been happening to you. Every setback, every trial was a tool used to refine you, to bring out the depth of your strength and resilience. It might have felt unfair at times. You may have asked, "Why me?" But now, looking back, can you see how those experiences shaped you into the person you are today? Each battle gave you wisdom. Each heartbreak deepened your compassion. Each time you rose from the ashes, your spirit grew stronger. The resistance you faced wasn't random. It was intentional. The universe saw the light within you and knew it needed to be tested, honed, and sharpened. Without those tests, you would never have discovered the depth of your power. Without the fire, you wouldn't know just how unshakable you truly are. So, instead of seeing your struggles as moments of weakness, see them for what they were, proof of your transformation. You are not the same person who walked into those battles. You are stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. You've been forged in the fire, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a force of nature. Now, nothing can stop you. The fire didn't burn you. It prepared you for your destiny. You are a blueprint for the future. The fear and resistance directed at you aren't just about who you are today. They're about what you carry for tomorrow. You're not just a person living in the present. You're the embodiment of a new way of thinking, being, and living. You carry the blueprint for a future that disrupts the old, outdated systems of control, fear, and mediocrity. Your light challenges the foundations of structures built on lies and imbalance. Whether it's in your family, community, or even the broader world, your energy sends a message. The old ways are dying, and a new era is rising. This isn't just about you. It's about the shift you represent, a movement toward truth, authenticity, and freedom. Think about the systems that have tried to hold you back. These aren't just individuals. They are patterns, beliefs, and institutions that have thrived on keeping things as they are. Your existence alone threatens their survival because you embody the possibility of something better. You are a reminder that growth, change, and transformation are inevitable. But here's the thing: their efforts to stop you have only accelerated the process. Every attack, every obstacle has added fuel to your fire. They've strengthened your resolve and prepared you to lead this transformation. What they fear most isn't just your light, it's the ripple effect it will have on the world. You carry the seeds of a new era, and no amount of resistance can stop what's already in motion. Your role is not to fight the old directly, but to rise so powerfully that it becomes obsolete in your presence. Keep going, because the future isn't just waiting for you, it's depending on you. You are the blueprint for what's to come. You are the silent revolution. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your power isn't in loud declarations or dramatic actions. It's in your presence. You are a quiet storm, a force that moves beneath the surface, shifting everything without ever needing to announce itself. While others clamor for attention, you transform the world simply by being who you are. When you walk into a room, people feel it. It's in the way the energy shifts, the way their awareness sharpens. You don't have to demand recognition. Your light speaks for you. It stirs something in others, making them reconsider their actions, their words, and even their choices. And that's what makes you unstoppable. For those who thrive on noise and chaos, your calmness is unsettling. They depend on drama to assert their influence, but you bring clarity. You expose the truth without lifting a finger. This is why they can't stand you. They can't control what they don't understand. And they don't understand how your silent power shifts the entire game. Your revolution isn't one of confrontation, it's one of presence. You don't need to fight to dismantle the systems around you. Your light alone disrupts their stability. You show people a different way of living, one rooted in authenticity, peace, and unwavering strength. Understand this: your silence is not a weakness, it's your strength. You are not here to fit into their chaos. You're here to transcend it. Keep walking in your truth, quietly reshaping the world in ways they'll never see coming. The revolution doesn't need permission, and neither do you. You are the silent force that cannot be stopped. The attacks were a test, not a sentence. Every attack you faced wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to test you. From the moment you were born, the challenges you encountered were never random. They were orchestrated to sharpen your resilience, to validate your strength, and to confirm your purpose. What may have felt like punishment was, in truth, preparation. Think about it. If you weren't powerful, why would you face so much resistance? If you weren't destined for something extraordinary, why would the world work so hard to break you? The truth is, the hardships you've endured weren't signs of weakness. They were evidence of your greatness. The universe doesn't test the ordinary, it tests the extraordinary. Each trial you faced shaped you. The betrayals taught you discernment. The setbacks strengthened your perseverance. The moments of isolation deepened your connection to yourself and to the divine. These weren't random occurrences, they were milestones, each one refining you into the unstoppable force you are today. And here's the ultimate truth: every attack you overcame only made you stronger. The people who tried to tear you down didn't realize they were tools in a greater plan. Their attempts to diminish you were the very things that elevated you. They thought they were breaking you, but they were building you. So when you look back on the battles you fought, don't see them as defeats. See them as proof of your resilience, your growth, and your purpose. The attacks weren't a sentence, they were a confirmation. You were chosen to rise above it all, and nothing, not fear, not darkness, not resistance, can stop what you are becoming. This is your time to own your power and show the world what it means to thrive. Conclusion. Your time to rise. Chosen one, your journey hasn't been easy, but every trial, every obstacle, and every attack has brought you here, to this very moment. You've endured what others could not because you were meant to break, but because you were meant to rise. Your light is a testament to your resilience, your authenticity, and your divine purpose. The resistance you faced was never about your weaknesses. It was always about your strength. The world sees what you're capable of, and so do I. It's time for you to embrace that truth fully. You were chosen not to conform, but to transform, to lead, and to shine in ways that only you can. As you move forward, remember this: the shadows may fear your light, but they can never extinguish it. The world needs what you carry. The time for doubting yourself is over. The time for rising into your power is now. If this message resonates with you, don't let it stop here. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we are building a community of light bearers, people who refuse to let the world's darkness dim their brilliance. Join us, and let's amplify our light together. This is your moment. This is your destiny. Rise, chosen one, and let your light guide the way. The world is watching, and your time is now. God bless you.